Hey guys, I started my YouTube channel, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago, and I'm just getting around to recording video number 2. I've been busy. One thing on my channel though, if you go to my playlist, you'll see I've saved a ton and created a ton of different playlists from everything from Law of Attraction, Bob Proctor, meditation music. So I'm looking around, I'm in a park and I keep hearing somebody talk, so I don't know, let me see. There's nobody here. I'm actually Casadega, and here, let me see if I can get, I'm standing on a bench. This is a little, trying to show it, little area. It used to be a healing spring, and as you can see, the spring is all dried up. But back in the day, I'll have to go look at the dates, but they used to use this water, this clean spring water. There's the Lake Helen over there. But they used to use the spring water and mix it with, I think, something called pine bark maybe, and make a little, I guess, tonic and drink it. And it was proven to cure people of tuberculosis. So anyway, I like to come here when I have nothing else to do, or when I'm tired, or I'm done painting and I just need a minute, and it's just really quiet. Occasionally people will walk by. That's okay. And then I do some meditation, I might play some music, have my headphones on, and yeah, it's a good time. But you get a sense of the land and I don't really get the sense of the spirits. It's when I come here. It's just super, super peaceful. Anyway, I was listening to some really good talks today, and anybody who's followed me on Facebook or just know me in person knows that for the last 7-8 months, I've been really diving into law of vibration, attraction, even experimenting and talking and reading about the thought exchange, which is actually pretty cool. I'll do a little more, some videos about that. But one thing I wanted to get on here to talk about was, what do you do when you are in a situation, whether this could be any relationship, it could be a work relationship, friend relationship, family relationship, romantic relationship. And you're really trying to kind of ride high and get things done, and you're feeling positive for most of the time. We can't be positive all the time. And you're just around somebody that's so negative. Now, it could be negativity for a number of reasons. It could be an illness. It could be pain, physical pain. It could be medication. It could be they're having trials and tribulations that just aren't going well. But it's just that constant kind of, when you get into their business, trying to sit down and talk, or you have a friend that always calls you and it's the same problem over and over and over again. And being the good person that you are, you want to support and love this person through it and give them advice and, kind of love them through, or even beat them through that negativity, because it really just brings everybody down, and it's just not a good place to live for a long period of time. Again, we all get there for a moment, but I'm talking about this chronic condition some people have. And, for a lot of times, the physical and that kind of illness and pain, there's not a lot you can do about it. But what I've learned and continue to learn is that one of the worst things you can do is have the same conversation over and over and over again with the same person. Come on, you can get it. I love you. You know you're better than that. Oh, if you just do this, and you give them advice, and you're telling them where to go, and you're give things that have worked for you. And it really, you might get a that a girl or that a boy good moment, but it doesn't stick, because 30 minutes later, they're still the same negative, miserable person to be around. And, as humans, and especially as I think in particular women, we're caring, and mothers, women that are mothers, and even if you're not, but I'm not saying men don't care, but I do feel like at least the women I know just have more of that deep, caring, connective spirit than maybe some men do. When is it enough? When is it enough to, because now it's starting to kind of put that dark cloud on everything you're trying to do. And the truth is you can't do anything for them. Nothing. You're not doing anybody any good by reliving and rehashing the same conversations, talking about the same problems over and over and over again. Because the truth of the matter is they can't hear you. They're not in a receptive mode. You have to be, you know, some people call it a teachable heart, teachable spirit. But if you are not, and it goes for you or me too, if you're not in that receptive mode, somebody could hand you the cure to cancer and it won't cure you. They could give you the pill to stop your pain and it won't stop the pain. They could give you the $1 million and go buy a house somewhere else and it won't stop. You will not get through it or over it because they're not receptive to it. There will always be another problem. And you're not really doing yourself any good, and you're definitely not doing them any good. If anything, you're making it worse. And here was the eye-opening revelation for me. You actually are making it worse. By focusing on their problem, rehashing the problem over and over, and keeping that in your vibration. Law of attraction states it attracts. It doesn't repel anything. It only attracts, good or bad. And the longer you stay in that negative thought, that negative situation, that negative vibration, you will bring more of the negative to them and to you and to your environment, period. And some people may say, oh, that's not true. You can't give up on it. It's not about giving up. It's about stepping back. It's about saying, you know, I'm going to give what I can until I feel myself go out of balance, or I feel myself getting sucked into that. For me, it feels like a black hole. You know, you're getting sucked into that black hole, because I'm not going to go there with you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to step back over here, go get myself rebalanced. Because when I do that, or when you do that, then you're able to see them differently. And you also have to change your thought process about them. They may have been in this state for a long time. This may be, I mean, a relationship is very tough. Again, any kind of relationship, going to work, waking up in the morning, calling a friend, you know, how we don't really want to invite her out again because she's kind of a downer, Debbie Downer. But when you step back and you have paid attention and been very selfish to get yourself in alignment in a place of feeling good. Again, it's not going to happen all the time, but for the majority of the time, then you can start seeing them in a different light. You can see them as, you know, the law of attraction will say source. Christians will say Jesus, God. But you can see them as Jesus sees them, or Jesus sees you, or the source sees you, or them. And they don't, one of the reasons, I'm going off on a little tangent here because my mind is going a mile a minute. Sorry about that. For Jesus, healing the sick. There has been much talk, research on Jesus healing the sick. And many spiritual leaders, like, can they really heal the sick? And the thought behind that is Jesus saw everybody with love, their wholeness, their wellness. He didn't see Mary Magdalene's questionable choices. He didn't see, when he saw a blind man, he didn't just focus on the blindness. When he saw a sick man, he didn't focus on the sickness. He focused on who they were in the eyes of the Creator, okay? And when you do that to such an extent, like you just see past physical signs and symptoms, but more importantly, you see past their bullshit, and you see past the weakness, and you see past the things that are holding them back, and you can fully love and embrace and see them for who, or for how God sees them, or the source sees them. That helps them. That helps them. Because it's really like this, it's not really a beam. I'm going to sound like a nut job here in a minute, but it's really that vibration. You're seeing them as source sees you. When you're sitting there and you're down on yourself, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm tired, I'm poor. The reason you're so upset about that is because the source within you, spirit, Jesus, God, whatever, does not see you like that. So that's the push-pull. When you're feeling, it doesn't matter what you're upset about. You're feeling like that because you're feeling something different than as the Almighty Creator of the universe sees you. You may have symptoms, you may have a moment, but ultimately you are love, and you're worthy, and you're, you deserve everything. There is nothing negative that you deserve. So when you can see yourself like that, and then able to see your loved one like that, now you're creating an environment of, wow, they're coming to you and you're just responding in love. I love you. I just can't be here with you. And eventually, through your example, they will start to see a different way. They will start to feel a different way. And if they don't, that's not your problem. You can't fix them. You can't do it no matter what you do. You're not going to scream at them enough. You're not going to give them enough money. You're not going to threaten them enough. And yeah, some people need to hit rock bottom, but that rock bottom is different for everybody. But traditionally, that rock bottom is this: I love you, and I want you to be the woman that I know you can be, or the man I know you can be. And when you realize that and want to work towards that, then you come back to me. And that's usually the real rock bottom. It really is not the I've lost everything, I have nothing, there's no hope. That's a different bottom, and you're not coming back from that. So my encouragement today is, when you are dealing with those difficult situations or conversations, give as much as you want until it starts getting you off your rockers, till it starts knocking you off your frequency. Until you start feeling their pain and you feel sorry for them and you feel sadness and it's really starting to affect you. I wouldn't walk in the room to begin with, but the moment it happens, you need to excuse yourself and remove yourself, because it's only going to make the situation worse. You're not going to fix them. All of that energy, all of that love needs to be poured back into yourself to get yourself back in a line. And then once you do that, you're going to have inspired thought. You're going to have inspired motivation. You're going to have inspired action. And those things, when you're then making decisions based on that inspiration, you're going to start seeing really quickly the results of your decisions, better results from your decisions, and not staying on that hamster wheel of just sadness. And again, a lot of it could be justified. It could be real grief. It could be loss. It could be a real disease. It could be, it sounds so heartless to say, but you will never do anybody any good while you're sitting in the mud with them. Somebody's got to get up and get out and go get help. And, I hope that's you. And I hope you understand and realize that. So I'm going to go back, and I swear to God, I keep hearing people walking. It might be animals. I don't know. No, I don't know. Maybe it's spirits. Anyway, so I'm going to go do some meditating and walking. And, I was talking to family members last night, and it was like, the truth is, I don't know how you come into full awareness. I don't know the answer of how to do that in the midst of raising kids, in the midst of relationships, in the midst of all that. I know it's possible. But the truth is, I've been able to focus on this because I've spent the majority of time by myself for 7 months, and, going to work and doing things that I need. But in all these spare moments, I run away to the woods. There's actually like a little cliff here. You can't really tell the depth of it. But to change a thought, I think it's a change of thought, it takes 17 seconds. So for 17 seconds, if you hold a thought, it will inspire another thought that piggybacks on that first thought, and then the next thought, and the next thought. So make sure you choose your thoughts wisely, so the momentum that you create is a positive momentum, and eventually you're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So, all right, make it a great day, guys.